Hey everybody, we're going to be talking about events, event coupons, and registrations today in EverlightCMS. And as you can see here, I'm actually in the events section where we have manage events, event coupons, and registration. So the first thing we're going to touch upon is how to create an event. As you can see here, we've actually already created some events, and we can see that this little symbol here actually illustrates that this was a recurring event. And if this isn't here, it's just a regular event. Really, it's something you won't have to worry about, but just a little heads up since that's right here right now. Just like a lot of other categories in media and writings, events actually have their own category structure. So you can actually go ahead and click Edit Categories. And we can see that we've made one category called Conferences, and we could keep on adding them or editing and deleting them as we wish. But for now, we're just going to go back and look at kind of an event structure. So to add a new event, you just go ahead and click Add Item. And we have our basic event info. We have our title, our start and end date of the event, our location info, all the details, and our category options. So a lot of this will be similar to some of the other sections you've seen in Everlight, but we're going to go ahead and just fill an event out so you can see how you do this. We'll call this a test event. We'll have it start on May 18th and end on May 18th as well. And I'm actually going to leave these blanks. I really don't need to have these values, so I'm going to come down here and we'll say at content creations place 555 address city state there and country. So you just fill in your information, and here's the editor that you're going to see across the entire EverlightCMS system. So all the same rules apply that we talked about under the writing section and under the page section. So the way a lot of people actually do this is they separate this all into different breaks within the page. So an easy way to do this would be event details. And then we can go ahead and highlight this, and we're going to pick one of our preset headings, which I know heading 5 is this nice blue bar. So then right in here we could say, here are my event details, and you could go on and on. And then we could say speakers, and then we could highlight this bar. And then we could list speakers here. And as you can see, it's a really nice way to to list out your events. And just like anything else, you can add videos in here with this tag. You're going to add images in with these tags and any of these other kind of links and everything, just like you saw on pages and all the other sections. Pretty much once you kind of learn this, it'll work across the entire EverlightCMS system. And we're actually going to go ahead and throw this in the conference category. You actually don't have to select it. If you leave this blank, it would just default to the all category section. And then if you click this, it'll be in conferences and in all events section as well. And it defaults to published as known, featured as no. So we want to go ahead and make sure that's published. And then we have some extra options here that we've kind of thrown into events to make life a little easier. We have a recurring option, which say this event, which right now we have occurring on the 18th, which is a Wednesday. And it's a one-day event. So if this was something that happened every Wednesday, you could actually select weekly, say when you would want this recurring thing to end. We'd say, July 20th. And it's automatically going to create all these events for you, and you'll be able to kind of edit them. We have weekly, bi-monthly, and monthly. Pretty self-explanatory. You can kind of play around with this to see how it works, but we're actually not going to need a recurring event on this. This is a one-time event, so we're going to select no there. And now we have this new little area here called registration options. So all your events, you're able to register for them, and it can either be free or a paid registration. So we're going to go ahead and click yes. And if you have a free event, you go ahead and type 0.00 in here, and you won't have to worry about the rest of these options. And then we also have a featured image for our event. And I'm actually just going to go real quick and see what I have on my computer here to use. Well, actually, that's actually a small image, but we're going to go ahead and see if we can find something. We'll just use this image right here. That'll be perfectly fine. So we'll go ahead and save and continue edit this. And basically all our information is saved here as it should be. So I'm going to go to the front end of this particular website, and now I'm going to refresh this page. And you're going to see right here we have a test event. It's automatically created our snapshot image. All of our information is here, and when we click into this, you're going to see the image goes up here. We have a cost is free, register for this event is automatically placed, and here's all the details that you started listing in your event, nicely organized by the blue bars. Since this is a free event, it's automatically going to pull the free form, so we'll go ahead and click register for this event. And we have our registration form here for free registrations, and this will actually go into EverlightCMS into the register section, which we're going to be talking about a little bit here. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide this isn't a free event, so we're going to go back in. And we're actually going to say, okay, this event costs $25 per person, and we have an early bird cutoff. So we'll say if you register by the 17th, we'll let you have it for $20. So go ahead and save and continue. And now when we refresh this page, it's going to be the paid registration form. And we're going to see it's collecting credit card information. And down here you can see that the $20 applies. They can actually type in the number of registrations they need. If they need 4, then the total is 80. And you can see we have a coupon code field here, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. But that's basic, the basics of how to actually set up an event and get it rolling in. It's basically as simple as you could go ahead and click registration required to know and turn off the whole value. But we're going to keep this on because we're going to go ahead and show you kind of how some more of the features in this work. I'm actually going to go ahead and make this, actually, just to show you guys the coupon codes really. Alright, so now we're going to add the coupon, and so we're going to scroll up here, and under events you're going to see event coupons. And I have some coupons kind of already set up here, so we're just going to ignore them right now, but we'll go ahead and add a new item. And your first thing you're going to do is you're going to select the event that you want to have the coupon be able to apply to. So what we're doing is the test event. You're going to come up with the coupon name. We're going to make this a $10 off coupon. So I'll say $10 off. I'm going to save that coupon code so I can show you how it works. And there's two types of coupons you can do. You can do a fixed amount or a percentage. So I'm going to stick with fixed amount. And I'm going to type in 10 down here. And I want this coupon to be valid from today until tomorrow. And activated is yes. All we do is save and continue edit. And now we've successfully added our coupon. We can see here that everything's good to go. So now if we pop over here to the test event registration form that we were just on, I'll reload just to make sure everything's fine. Our early bird registration cost was $20. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to type in our coupon code of $10 off and click apply coupon. And as you can see, our $10 off has been applied and it's now $10. Coupons are a pretty easy little section, so that should be about everything you need to know. Under the coupon section here, we could actually, right here we can see it. You can go back in later, you can edit them, and at the same time you can just simply delete it and your coupon will no longer work. Now that we've covered events and the coupons, the last section of the whole event system is the registration system. So what I want to do real quick is I'm actually going to change this event we created, a test event, and I'm going to change it to a free registration just to make life a little easier for this demo. And I'm going to come down here and change this to 0 and make sure that's all 0. And I'll save and continue edit. And when I refresh this, it should go back to the free registration. And I'm going to go ahead and register for this event. So I'll say Shane Calhoun, my address, city, let's say South Carolina there, and my email, put a phone number in here. I'm going to do one registration. Actually, I'll do 2 registrations. I'll say me and my wife Jessica. And we heard about this through, we'll just say Google, and we'll process my registration. And we can see here our registration was successfully submitted, and we'll receive a confirmation email. Now that I've actually submitted the registration, I'm going to pop back over into Everlight, and the way we manage these is under Events Registrations. And it should default to all events right up here on the top bar. And as you can see already, here is my registration. The event name is a test event. It's in May 2011. The registration was created on May 16th. The status is complete. There's 2 registrations, and it was a free registration, so your total is going to default to 0. Now, when you get a lot of registrations going on here, you can actually use this drop down. You can see here's a test event, and we could actually simply make this only display those things. It makes it a little easier for you to export things. Another one of the cool little features that we have in here is, say we had a bunch of registrations under a test event. You could go ahead and click here to export to Excel, and it'll download an Excel sheet with all the registration information that you need, and you can export email addresses. And what this will do is this will create a screen. I'm going to show you real quick, a blank screen here. And what will happen is this little thing won't be here, but all you have to do is copy and paste the email list, and you'll be able to email them directly. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to view this registration, kind of get some more information on it. So as you can see here, it has all the contact information, which you can go ahead and edit any of that if you need to. And down here has all the payment details for what came in. Since this is a 0 registration, it's just going to default to 0 and say it was free, but it would tell you the credit card, how much they paid and everything, and then you can edit the details. But managing registrations like this is actually pretty easy, and this is how you can see everything that comes in. Now, another cool feature that we built into here is the fact that you can actually use Everlight to manage your registrations for call-ins and walk-ins. So you could actually have this system set up at your registration table when people are walking into your event. And simply when someone walks in, you just click Add Registration. You select the event, which is a test event. It'll automatically fill in the details for you here. And what's basically going to happen is you'll fill out all your information. And since the registration price on this is 0, we'll go ahead and type that in. We have a little glitch there. I'll have to fix after the video. But you can basically say walk in, online, phone. The credit card payment, we could just check free since we know that it's a free registration. Type in their names and all their information and click process, and that's automatically going to add them into your system so you can have everything compiled in one area. As you can see here, once I click free, the part of this disappeared, but say this registration, you can manually type in the price as well here. It normally just loads the default price that we have set up. But we're going to type in $25, so the total price here is going to be $25, and if we change this to 3, automatically change this number for you. We're going to do one registration of $25, and you could actually do cash, check, credit card. But if you select credit card, you can actually down here go ahead and process their payment right here within Everlight. So it makes it really easy as an all-in-one solution for handling your registrations and keeping them in one area. Since we're not going to process this, I'm going to click cancel. And now we're back into our registration area. This should pretty much cover events, coupons, and the registration system. If you actually have any questions on this, just shoot us an email at contact@CalhounCreations.